but we have had copious amounts of tea within State House. Today is a great day for the capital city of the Republic of Kenya. Your Excellency, in the 13 years of devolution, Nairobi City County has not had an opportunity to leverage and benefit from its unique position as a capital city of the Republic of Kenya to get the special attention, resources, and support it requires for the benefit of the people. Section 6 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, which anchors this agreement, provides that beyond being a county like the other 46 counties, Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya, the seat of the national government, host to diplomatic missions, including the only United Nations headquarters in the Global South, and the center of commerce and industry of the entire region, requiring a special arrangement. This agreement is 13 years overdue, as the provisions of the Urban Areas and Cities Act were already in existence. Your Excellency, already we've been partnering in a number of issues, such as the Nairobi Rivers Commission and the regeneration of the river, water provision to the city, the school food feeding program, which has a separate agreement, roads and mobility, markets, housing, among other areas. This agreement solidifies those arrangements, providing a legal framework for additional support, including partnership in security and order. Because, Your Excellency, we promised a city of order, dignity, hope, and opportunity. Next year, Nairobi will be hosting the Africa Cup of Nations, a historic opportunity. This agreement will help us to be able to provide additional infrastructure necessary for a successful tournament. We're on the journey to Singapore, and Nairobi will not be left behind. This is the capital of Singapore, Excellency. The capital city will remain at the center of the transformation to first world status. This agreement provides for a two-tier governance structure for its successful implementation. The steering committee, which will be chaired by the Prime Cabinet Secretary as the coordinator of national government ministries and agencies, deputized by myself, and comprising of cabinet secretaries as well as county staff, will set the overall policy goals and direction. The day-to-day execution of programs and projects will be overseen by the implementation committee, which will be chaired by the governor of Nairobi, and will comprise principal secretaries from the national government, as well as county executive committee members responsible for corresponding functions. We thank you for seeing the need and unique place of the capital city and for your support. Your Excellency, there are many things, but let me just mention that already, with your support, we've been able to increase the amount of water coming into the city by 140 million liters a day through the Northern Collector Tunnel, which had been stuck. We will also embark on projects like the Maragua 4 Dam and improvements at Ngedu water treatment to achieve close to 200 additional million liters of water daily. Several other such transformational projects will be undertaken. This is the true spirit of devolution, partnership between the levels of government. A lot can be achieved when we come together. Devolution is not a competition. Devolution is a collaboration. Your Excellency, devolution is like asking, a bird asking, and I've said this before, for a bird to fly, which wing does it need, the right wing or the left wing? It needs both wings to fly, the national government and the county government. This is not a transfer of functions, as happened during the NMS time, which was a misadventure that left this city with a 16 billion shillings pending bills hole, and which did not augur well with the true spirit of devolution. It is not a transfer, but a collaboration, which is encouraged and which holds true regard to the mandate given to both of us by the people of Kenya and the citizens of Nairobi, and to the constitution that we swore to abide by. With a population of close to 7 million residents, and with the city growing year on year, the equitable share from the division of revenue that provides resources to all the counties, as well as our own source revenue, can never be enough for the demanding needs of a capital city of the stature that we aspire to be. We thank you for your support in this journey, Your Excellency. We're committing to make Nairobi work, because lazima I work. Singapore, here we come. Thank you very much.
Our Constitution establishes two levels of government distinct in mandate, yet interdependent in purpose. It recognizes that as our capital city grows, responsibilities expand, and national priorities evolve, the institution of government must work in structured partnerships within the law, in coordination, and in the national interest, to guarantee effective governance and reliable service delivery. It is in this constitutional spirit of cooperative governance that we are gathered here today to strengthen collaboration between the national government and the Nairobi City County government, and to deliberately raise the performance, efficiency, and global standing of our city. Nairobi is not merely another devolved unit. Nairobi is our capital, the seat of the Republic, and the nerve center of national administration. It hosts diplomatic missions from across the world. It is home to 2 United Nations agencies. Nairobi is the only UN headquarters presence in the global south, and it stands as a commercial, financial, and innovation hub of our region. For many visitors and investors, Nairobi is not just the face of Kenya. Nairobi is Kenya. That standing carries a serious obligation. A capital city must work, as Governor would tell us. It must function. It must meet the highest standards of order, infrastructure, efficiency, and service delivery, not only for its 5 million residents, but also for the millions who depend on it every day. Yet, the fiscal and operational framework of county financing was not designed for a capital city of this scale and responsibility. Nairobi carries national, regional, and global obligations, but is funded largely through the same formula as other counties. Today's cooperation agreement is designed to close the gap. It is actually designed to close that gap fully and within the confines of the law and the Constitution. Let me be clear on the legal foundation. Article 189(2) of our Constitution requires the 2 levels of government to cooperate, assist, and consult each other. The Intergovernmental Relations Act provides mechanisms for formal coordination agreements. The Urban Areas and Cities Act recognizes the special status of the capital city of Nairobi and provides the framework for joint cooperation. So this agreement is anchored in the Constitution, in the Intergovernmental Relations Act, and in the Urban Areas and Cities Act. We are not operating in a vacuum. Indeed, since the enactment of the Urban Areas and Cities Act in 2012, this cooperation agreement is 14 years late. It should have been in place with the advent of devolution. What we are augmenting today is not a transfer of functions. Let me repeat. There is no transfer of functions happening. For the avoidance of doubt, I have no interest in running the city of Nairobi. My hands are full. The governor and his team must run the city of Nairobi. But I have an obligation as the President of Kenya to assist the city of Nairobi for all the reasons that I have stated. The Nairobi City County government retains its legal mandate. What is being enhanced is structured national government support where capital city performance affect the entire republic. This cooperation agreement focuses on 4 key work streams: water and sewerage, roads, bridges and drainage, housing and related infrastructure development, including lighting, as well as solid waste management and Nairobi rivers regeneration. On street lighting, Nairobi has about 70,000 lighting points, but only 21,000, about 30%, are fully operational today. A city of Nairobi's stature must be fully lit, fully safe, and fully functional. To address this, we are committing 3.7 billion towards street lighting modernization and expansion. Under this agreement, we will complete 10,000 and install an additional 40,000 lighting points. Because high electricity costs contribute to outages, we will transition progressively to solar solutions. I have given very clear instructions to the people concerned. We will also commercialize lighting poles so that advertising revenue supports maintenance. Going forward, construction of new roads will now include lighting by design. There will be no road constructed now in the city going forward. Part of the contract will be lighting, so that the road is not complete until it is lit. Ladies and gentlemen, across the city's 9 major informal settlements, families sometimes pay more for illegal electricity than residents in formal estates pay legally. In some cases, people in informal settlements pay up to 150% more. This is an injustice we must correct. I'm sure MCAs here know. The member of County Assembly from Mathare Hospital has been on my case. Mukuru Kayaba, Mukuru Kwaruben, Gitari Marigu, Korogosho, Kibra, Deep Sea Slum. All those areas have been, electricity has been switched off. These are residents of the city living in darkness. The national government, working with the Kenya Power, we will invest 1.5 billion in transformers and proper last-mile connections, alongside a prepaid bulk framework to lower power costs for low-income households and to make sure that their connections are legalized. In the long term, we will transform informal settlements through affordable housing and a 3.3 billion upgrade program covering transformers, prepaid metering, and settlement lighting around footpaths, markets, schools, and health facilities. On water and sanitation, Nairobi faces both a supply shortage and significant systems losses. We will invest 2.1 billion at Ngedu treatment plant to stop daily losses of approximately 50,000 cubic liters. Another 3.3 billion will go into the Kigiri-Shaurimoyo evacuation corridor to stabilize and extend supply to high demand zones. As Governor said earlier, added on to the 140 million cubic liters, we will now enhance it by another 50,000 in a short while, even as we focus our attention in mobilizing funding for Marakua 4 and Northern Collector 2 to secure long-term water stability for Nairobi and neighboring counties. Just to mention, the Minister for Water knows very well that among the 50 mega dams that are in our strategic plan that will be funded under the National Infrastructure Fund is Maragua 4 that will supply water to the city of Nairobi. On sanitation, as part of the Nairobi River Regeneration Program, we are committing 9 billion to build 2 parallel 27-kilometer trunk sewer networks along the Nairobi River corridor, and 6 billion for a new sewer treatment plant that will treat 60,000 cubic liters of water per day, securing capacity for at least the next 40 years. An additional Kenya shillings 3 billion will support last mile sewer connectivity, while 15 billion shillings is set aside for long-term sewer expansion across the city of Nairobi. On roads, bridges, and drainage, we are spending a total of 8.7 billion shillings. Kenya shillings 2 billion has been allocated to complete phase 1 of Kura roads within the next 2 months. We are also mobilizing additional funding of 1.7 billion for a 57-kilometer road package starting in April this year under phase 2. Phase 3, valued at Kenya shillings 5 billion, will also be procured this financial year. And this has had the input of the members of the County Assembly of the City of Nairobi. In every ward, we will enhance road networks under the 5 billion shilling mobility and safety program, completed by 3.7 billion from the county government. Complemented, sorry. I know the Nairobi City County has a program which will cost about 3.7 billion shillings. We have agreed on what they will do, but we will also provide a further 1 billion to be dedicated to drainage improvement. We all know when it rains what happens to the city of Nairobi. And my instructions to both the Ministry of Infrastructure and Roads and Housing is that we do not want a flooded city this year. You have to move with speed so that we do what we have to do. If there will be any flooding, it should be minimal. But by next year, we should have corrected the problem that we have. In solid waste management, the county has already allocated 100 acres for material recovery facilities and transfer stations, committing 4 billion shillings, we agreed Sakaja, while the national government will provide 2 billion shillings every year within the existing framework to advance circular waste systems. Ladies and gentlemen, security is non-negotiable, especially for a modern capital city like Nairobi. I therefore direct the Cabinet Secretary for Interior to prepare and present within 60 days a framework for a dedicated Nairobi Metropolitan Police Unit. To work hand in hand with the Nairobi County Security. We will make, and we must make Nairobi safe for citizens, visitors, investors, and business alike. Our cooperation with the Nairobi City County government, ladies and gentlemen, is not beginning today. This partnership is already visible in the Nairobi Rivers Regeneration Program, a 50 billion shilling initiative transforming riverine settlements through housing, sanitation, public spaces, and environmental restoration and employing over 45,000 young people in the city of Nairobi.